Good day, everyone. I'm Sharani Albert, and I'll be moderating today's forum titled Roadmap After SDGs 2030. As we approach the year 2030, the world is asking a critical question: what happens next? The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, have shaped global priorities since 2015, but as the deadline draws near, we must consider a future roadmap that is more inclusive, ethical, and responsive. To help us explore this important topic, I'm joined today by an excellent panel of speakers: Robi Uvat, Khadija, Dayang Nur Siti Salima, and Dayang Nur Sharain. To begin our discussion, I'd like to invite our first panelist, Robi Uvat.
Thank you. So today the world is dealing with big and complicated problems like climate change, pandemic, unequal access to technology, and people being forced to leave their home. The Sustainability Development Goal, or SDGs, try to solve many of these issues, but there's still a lot of work to do. Now we need to focus on three main things: building infrastructure that can help handle climate change, creating stronger and better health system, and making sure everyone can access digital education. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic shows us how important it to be ready for global emergencies and to have a strong medical system in place.
Thank you. Now let's continue with our second panelist, Khadija.
Hello, I am panel 2 and I will be discussing about the planetary health framework. What is planetary health? Planetary health is the health of human civilization and the natural system on which it depends. This means that our health is not separated from the planet health. They are deeply connected. So why does it matter? First, planetary health integrates several important sectors like health, environment, food, and justice into a single development approach. Second, it helps us to address system-wide risks like pollution, pandemics, and food security more effectively because these issues are all interconnected. And the last one is it encourages cross-sector policies and cooperations both within the countries and across the border. For example, during the pandemic COVID-19, we saw how environmental damage such as deforestation and wildlife threats can increase the chance of disease jumping from animals to humans. So moving forward, planetary health provide a more holistic and sustainable roadmap that not only protect the nature but also safeguards for the human well-being.
Thank you. I now invite our third panelist, Dayang Nur Siti Salima.
Thank you to the moderator. So today I'll talk about how technology can support the development if we use it wisely and fairly. So let's start with Ubenwa first, which an app, AI app, from Nigeria. It listens to a baby's cry to detect a serious health problem called birth asphyxia. So this is very helpful in rural areas that don't have enough doctors because it helps with early diagnosis. So next is the building blocks, which projected by the World Food Program. It uses blockchain to send aid more safely and quickly to the refugee camps, like in Syria. So far, it has helped over 1 million people and reduced the cost of delivery. So while the technology brings many benefits, according to the ITU, 2.6 billion people still don't have internet access. And some AI systems like those used for job hiring have shown bias and unfairness. That's why for the roadmap after 2030, we need to focus on three things, which are ethics AI, universal internet access, and digital literacy. As UNESCO said, technology must not widen inequality. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll hear from our fourth panelist, Dayang Nur Sharain.
Thank you, moderator. As we plan for the future beyond 2030, we recommend three key actions. First, launch a global review by 2027 involving not just government but also civil society, youth, and the private sector to assess progress and understand why some SDG targets were missed. Second, set clear, measurable, and accountable targets for the next global agenda using regular progress check and transparent data tools. Lastly, integrate technology ethically by investing in digital access, promoting digital literacy, and adopting global standards for responsible technology use. With this step, we can build more inclusive, effective, and resilient roadmap for sustainable development after 2030. Thank you.
Thank you to all our panelists. As 2030 approaches, it's clear we need a roadmap that is inclusive, ethical, and ready for future challenges. Let's continue working together for a future that uplifts both people and the planet. Thank you. Now we open the floor for a short Q&A session. Feel free to ask a question or share your thoughts.
Hi, so first question is, how can low-income countries can afford digital infrastructure?
Thank you for the question. So, how can low-income countries afford digital infrastructure is by the global cooperation, public-private partnerships, and initiatives like SDG Transition Fund. That's all. Thank you.
For the question, is planetary health realistic for small nation?
Yes, absolutely. While small nations may face resource constraints, the principle of planetary health are deeply adaptable and can be scaled to the local realities. In fact, smaller nations often depend more directly on the natural resources, so protecting environmental and human health together is even more crucial. With support from the regional platform like ASEAN and African unions, small countries can access shared resource, technical expertise, and funding. These collaborations allow for capacity building programs, early warning system, and community-based solutions tailored to the local needs.
On behalf of our group, thank you for attending our forums on the futures beyond SDGs 2030. The journey doesn't end in 2030, it evolves, whether through smarter policies, ethical innovation, or cross-sector cooperation. We each have a role to play in shaping what comes next. Let's commit to a sustainable future together. Thank you.